My friends, if you're retired or planning to retire soon, stop scrolling for just a moment, because November 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most important months for UK pensioners in years. There are 5 major pension changes rolling out right now, and they could directly impact how much money lands in your bank account each month. Some of these updates bring good news, higher payments, extra support, and more protection for your income. But others? They could affect when and how you receive your pension, especially if you're still working part-time or claiming certain benefits. That's why it's absolutely crucial to stay informed, because a few small decisions now could mean hundreds of pounds more or less in your pocket next year. You might have already heard bits and pieces in the news about the triple lock, about new cost of living adjustments, or changes to the state pension age. But most seniors haven't been told the full story. And let's be honest, these government updates are never explained clearly, are they? That's why in today's video, we're breaking it all down in simple, plain English. I'll show you exactly what's changing this November, who benefits, who needs to take action, and how you can make sure you're not missing out on any extra payments you've earned. Because after working hard all your life, you deserve to know exactly what's happening to your money. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and stay with me until the end, because these 5 changes could make a big difference to your pension income. And if you care about staying one step ahead of these updates, please give this video a like. It really helps spread the word to other UK seniors who might need this information too. Alright, let's dive in together. The first big change happening this November is one that's got a lot of people talking: the triple lock guarantee. If you've been relying on the state pension for a few years, you already know how important this policy is. It's the promise that your pension will rise every April by whichever is highest, inflation, wage growth, or 2.5%. And after all the uncertainty of the last few years, many pensioners were worried that government might weaken or even scrap it. But here's the good news. The triple lock is staying, at least for now, and November is when the final figures are being confirmed. Early reports suggest that wage growth has been strong again this year, and that means your pension rise for April 2026 could be one of the biggest in recent history. It's not just a small bump. We're talking about a meaningful increase that could add hundreds of pounds per year to your income. For many seniors, that's the difference between just scraping by and finally having a little breathing room. Now, while that sounds great, I know what some of you are thinking. That's lovely, but everything else is getting more expensive too. And you're absolutely right. Which brings us to the second big change, a new cost of living adjustment that's being discussed right now in Parliament. The government has confirmed that from November 2025, a new round of winter cost of living payments will be issued. But there's a twist. Unlike last year, not everyone on pension credit will automatically receive the same amount. The new system is being designed to better target those most in need, particularly pensioners living alone or on low incomes. For example, those who qualify for pension credit, attendance allowance, or housing benefit might see an additional top-up, while others may receive a smaller one-off payment. It's meant to make the support fairer, but it also means you'll want to double-check your eligibility. Far too many older people miss out on this help simply because they don't apply. So if you or someone you know hasn't checked in a while, it's worth calling the pension service or visiting gov.uk to see if you're entitled to extra payments this winter. The third big change this November is one that's causing quite a bit of discussion: the gradual increase in the state pension age. Now, don't worry, this isn't an overnight jump, but it's something you need to be aware of. The government is still reviewing when the next rise will officially take effect, but new recommendations coming this month could start to shift the timeline. Currently, the state pension age is 66, but over the next decade, it's expected to rise to 67 and eventually 68. November 2025 marks the release of an updated review that could move those plans forward slightly. And that matters if you're still working part-time or planning when to retire fully. For people born in the early 1960s, even a few months' difference in that schedule could mean you'll have to wait a little longer before you can start claiming. It's frustrating, I know. After a lifetime of hard work, the idea of waiting even one more year feels unfair. But the government argues it's necessary to keep the system sustainable as people live longer. Still, many advocacy groups, including Age UK, are pushing back hard to ensure that any increase is gradual and fair. So, if you're approaching retirement, keep an eye on your state pension forecast It's better to plan ahead than to be caught off guard later. Now, let's talk about something that's bringing a smile to a lot of faces, the fourth big change. Increases to the full state pension and pension credit rates. This November, the Department for Work and Pensions is finalizing new benefit uprating figures based on inflation data, and early projections show that pensioners could see one of the largest increases in years. For those on the new full state pension, that could push weekly payments above £230, and for people on the older basic state pension, it could mean a rise to around £175 a week. It may not sound like much at first glance, but it adds up, nearly £300 extra a year for some retirees. On top of that, the minimum income guarantee within pension credit is expected to rise too, helping to protect the lowest income pensioners from falling behind. That's important because more than 1 million seniors still qualify for pension credit but don't claim it. If you're watching this and wondering if that's you, don't assume you won't qualify. Even small savings or a modest private pension don't always disqualify you. Many people are missing out on hundreds, even thousands, of pounds every year simply because they haven't applied. It's worth checking, even if you think you might just miss the threshold. And that brings us to the fifth and final major change, and honestly, this one might surprise you. The government is rolling out a new pension savings protection initiative designed to safeguard older citizens from scams and misleading investment schemes. In recent years, thousands of pensioners have lost parts of their savings to fraudsters who pretend to be financial advisors or government officials. These scams are becoming more sophisticated, often appearing through text messages, emails, or even phone calls claiming to be from HMRC or the Pension Service. From November 2025 onward, a new verification system will be introduced where any official pension communication will include a digital verification code you can check online before sharing any personal information. This might sound technical, but it's a big step forward in protecting people like you from being tricked into handing over sensitive details. The government and major banks are also working together to ensure that suspicious transfers linked to pensions can be paused automatically for extra checks. It's a small change with a potentially huge impact, giving seniors peace of mind that their life savings are safe. Now, beyond these 5 main updates, there's something else worth mentioning. Many local councils and community centres are stepping up with new support programs for pensioners, everything from energy bill help to transport discounts. These are often funded regionally and don't get much attention in the media. If you've noticed your local council posting updates on their website or community boards, don't ignore them. Some of these programs are specifically for people over 65 or those on pension credit. Even small benefits like a free bus pass extension or home insulation grants can save you money and make your life a little easier. The key is staying informed and proactive, and that's exactly why videos like this one exist. What's clear from all these updates is that November 2025 isn't just another month on the calendar, it's a turning point for the UK pension system. There's a real effort happening to modernize, to protect seniors from the rising cost of living, and to ensure fairness between generations. But it also means that you, as a pensioner or soon-to-be retiree, have to keep your eyes open. Policies can change quickly, and while some updates bring more money or better protections, others can have hidden consequences if you're not aware. I know keeping up with all of this can feel overwhelming. There's always new jargon, new rules, and different announcements that sound confusing. But that's why we're here, to make it simple. You don't need to read government reports or follow every headline. What matters is knowing the basics: your state pension amount, your eligibility for extra help, and how to protect your money. If you know those 3 things, you're already ahead of the game. And let's not forget, these changes aren't just about money. They're about security, dignity, and peace of mind. For many people watching right now, that weekly pension payment isn't just income. It's what keeps the lights on, the fridge full, and a sense of independence alive. It's what allows you to treat your grandkids, pay your bills without worry, and enjoy your retirement with a bit of comfort. You've earned every penny through years of hard work, and you deserve to know that your future is safe. So, as we move through November and into the new year, keep checking your pension statements, stay alert for official letters, and don't hesitate to reach out for advice if something doesn't seem right. Whether it's a payment delay, a missing cost of living bonus, or a confusing letter, don't sit in silence. There are people ready to help, from Citizens Advice to local Age UK branches. And if this video helped you understand what's changing, or even if it just gave you a bit of peace of mind, do me a quick favor. Give this video a like. It may seem small, but it truly helps this information reach other seniors across the UK who might not know these updates are happening. Every like, every comment, and every share helps us build a stronger community of informed retirees. Because at the end of the day, knowledge is power, and when it comes to your pension, knowing what's changing can make all the difference. So stay tuned, stay informed, and as always, take good care of yourself and your loved ones. You've earned your rest, your stability, and your peace of mind. Let's make sure these changes work for you, not against you.